Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica, and today I have another episode of Clone Wars. This is a series that Amanda and I are doing. It's basically a shop your own stash to kind of keep you from buying the new hyped up palettes. And it's funny because some of us are tempted by palettes and we don't actually really like them. We just are so into the hype, so we feel like we have to buy them, whether it's a limited edition, a collector's item, or just one of those things that fits a theme that you collect, but you might not even necessarily like it. So today's episode of Clone Wars is for Too Faced, Life's a Festival, Peace, Love, and Unicorns. And I don't know about you guys, but I am so over the whole unicorn mermaid thing. I have been for a while. And honestly, I never really was that into it to begin with. But I know this was a hyped up palette, and I was never tempted to buy it. But I know some people requested it, and we decided that we were going to do it because it is a hyped palette. I can tell you that my dupes are not exact, but I'm okay with that. I've shopped my stash. I feel like they are close enough, and yeah, I'm not going to buy the palette anyway, so let me show you what I picked. Okay, so let's get into the shades that I have chosen. The first one you'll see here is Missing, and that is my shade for Young and Free. I don't have the single that I want for this one. However, I do in my Coastal Scents 88 color eyeshadow palette. I have a very similar shade to that in here, which pretty much all of the shades that you can get in this palette you can get as hot pots. So I'm going to get into this one, and I am going to show you the shade that is the closest, and that is this shade right here. Let me give you a swatch of that. And that is my dupe for the shade Young and Free. Again, that is from the Coastal Scents 88 palette, which is the original 88 palette. Now the second one is my dupe for Rainbow Life. As you will notice with all of these shades here, the flat ones are Coastal Scents Hot Pots, and this one is a Coastal Scents mica pigment that they no longer have, but this is a Coastal Scents pigment. So for Rainbow Life, I have Island Coral. Let me give you a swatch of this one. The next shade is my dupe for Sunset Dream, and this is Aurora Orange. This one is a little bit brighter than the one in the palette. My dupe for Fun in the Sun is Flesh Tone. My dupe for Fireflies is Balsam. My dupe for Fantasy is Amethyst. And this one looks a lot more purple here, but it does come off a little bit more pink when you swatch it. And my dupe for Dusk Teal Dawn is Lakeshore. Moving down to the second row, my dupe for Euphoric is Dreamsicle. My dupe for Desert Vibes is Petal Peach. My dupe for Beeman is Vanilla Sky. My dupe for Mystic Rain is Hot Side Pink Mica. And my dupe for Artist Pass is Victorian Ruby. You will notice this does not appear to be the same color as it looks in the palette. However, if you were to look at swatches of the palette, that teal that is underlying with that coppery ruby color does not come through in the swatch at all. I would have suspected that this would have been like a duochrome in Artist Pass, but it doesn't come across that way. And the last one for Unicorn Tears, this is White Silver. Mine is an old one. It doesn't actually have the name written on it, so it is HPME07 for those of us that have hot pots that were around before they started putting the names on everything. And there's the swatch for White Silver, my dupe for Unicorn Tears. So this is my Clone Wars. Again, it is not exact, but this is close enough for government work, as they say. And quite honestly, I'm not very inspired by this palette to begin with, so it's not upsetting to me that it is not an exact dupe, because I would not be buying this palette anyway. I hope you liked the dupes that I pulled from my own stash. Again, I know they are not identical, and I'm totally okay with that. I did shop my own stash. I feel that the colors are close enough for the purposes of if I really was to want this palette. I think these colors would be close enough for my own personal taste. I could get a very similar look out of the colors that I have in my own collection as to what is in this palette. So while I am not tempted, I still feel like I did pretty decent with this one. It's probably not one of my best Clone Wars, but I can live with that. I really hope you go check out Amanda's video. I'm sure her colors will probably be a lot closer than mine, because these are not colors that I would normally gravitate towards, so that's probably why mine aren't as close. But I'm sure Amanda's are much closer because she has varied taste in eyeshadows. If you have any requests of palettes that you would like us to try to dupe, please leave those in the comments. We would be happy to dupe them as long as it's something that is either popular, it's new coming out, and hasn't been duped ad nauseum. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until I see you in my next video, have a beautiful day.